we were talking about Nate Parker and filmmaking. And I know that your mom was a filmmaker, or she was involved in that arena, and you were able to bring some of her work to the forefront.
Yep, yep.
Talk
So
a little bit about that.
my mom was a woman named Kathleen Collins, Kathleen with a K, Collins. She was one of the first Black women to make a feature film in America. She made a film in 1982 called Losing Ground, which was really, really unusual for its time, and it wasn't released because of it. It's a film about a Black female philosophy professor named Sarah Rogers. And it's kind of a sexy, funny, slightly intellectual, but also just emotional kind of dramedy, a little bit like a Woody Allen movie, but all with Black middle-class characters. And when she tried to get it distributed in 1982, people literally said things to her like, "These aren't real Black people." And of course, they were real Black people, and that was super offensive. Anyway, then my mom died of breast cancer in 1988 when I was 19. And so the film never really saw the light of day. And about 5 or 6 years ago, when I was in my mid 40s, I had the film remastered and re-released, and kind of the world was ready for it. It was released at a film festival at Lincoln Center in New York. A festival about independent film. And we thought it was just going to be released for 1 week, just kind of at this film festival. But then the New Yorker called her a genius, and the New York Times gave it a front page review, and Ava DuVernay discovered it, and Julie Dash, and a million people. It got tons of attention. It was amazing. Sad to think my mom has no idea this has happened, but definitely one of those stories where like an artist.
I think she does.
I hope so.
Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. Your mother knows that this happened, and she knows because you're here. I think we've been conditioned to not make that connection.
Yeah, you're
Our
right.
ancestors are always with us. They're always with us.
I do always feel her with me. In fact, this week I've been missing her more than usual. So I hope she does now. Yeah. So the film is now, people can see it on it's on TMC, and you can find it on the distributor is called Milestone Films. It's on their website. If you Google it, it's called Losing Ground by Kathleen Collins. And it's really a treasure to see. I mean, one of the reasons I had it remastered, because at the time I didn't think that there was particularly going to be an audience, but a Black female professor at Yale, a woman named Terry Francis, said to me, "You have to get this film out in the world." And she said, because when I show it, she had an old VHS copy of it. She said, Black women, students cry like they've never seen themselves on film. And that was really, really the thing that kind of compelled me to do it. And it's been very rewarding.
Reading that story, I wonder how many other works we have never seen, because of finding. Yeah. Do you still own the rights to it?
I do. I manage her estate. And I actually, after the movie was released, I mean, the story gets kind of crazier and crazier. I had actually found in my 30s a collection of stories that my mom had written in the early 70s called Whatever Happened to Interracial Love. And they had never been published and never been seen. And after the movie came out and was successful, I was able to publish that book. And actually, just like you just said, I got Elizabeth Alexander to write the foreword to the book. And in her foreword, she said, reading this book makes you wonder how many Black women's voices have been lost. So yeah, I published the book called Whatever Happened to Interracial Love, and then a second book called Notes from a Black Woman's Diary. And that's kind of a compilation of my mom's work. So it's been a big project of the last 5 or 6 years, and I'm super proud of it.
That is important. I mean, I know people are listening and they have people in their lives that have written things and done things. And now it's so much easier to get things to market. I was telling my class, when I started my business, a website cost $250,000. When I had my business in the 90s, $250,000. I would hurt somebody if I had to pay that today. You get a website for free now. You can go on Wix or something. You could just do a website, but now things are easy. You can literally publish yourself. It's so easy.
True. It's so true. You can self-publish and you can put things online, and you're right. You can make a website for almost nothing. And so it is easier. And it is an important story for people, because there are a lot of people who feel like they have loved ones who wrote things or made things that weren't seen, and you can share them with the world.